Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and let's do our banner predictions for 2.6, as well as to make sense of what just happened in the live stream. We do these banner predictions very early on, so we don't have access to superior information for 2.6, but we have been quite accurate over a long period of time as well. So first things first, what just happened in 2.5, we have our first ever triple banner system. Not only a triple banner system, but also is the first time we are having two characters coming back for their second rerun, which means 3 banners in total that have appeared in Honkai Star Rail. Unprecedented. A lot of things seem very out of place. There seems to be all the trends messing up all over the place, but in this video I'll show you that the trend actually still exists, and let's show you what exactly is happening. So I'm just going to remove this massive picture over here. Every single patch for the past 13 patches, we've always had, but this is a constant, 2 new characters every single patch up to 2.5, and ever since the start of I think 1.6 or something, we started to have 2 reruns of characters and never a second rerun ever. So these are some constants that have been going on, and in 2.5 we actually stuck to these constants, which means 2 characters will have their first ever rerun and 2 characters will be new in a patch. These are similar here. The only difference really is Kafka and Topaz came back for the first time as their second rerun, so it's the third one, and this is the unprecedented time that a character has came back for the 3rd time, which means moving forward you can expect to see more of your favorite characters. If you miss them out in the past, likely they're going to come back in future as well, which is a very nice thought, right? As free-to-play players, you might actually see the characters that you joined the game for come back even sooner. You miss them once, don't worry, they might come back kind of thing. That I think is a very, very solid thing. The other thing that they mentioned, this new triple banner system is not expected to come every single patch. It doesn't mean 2.6 is going to have it, 2.7. They probably will do it on an ad hoc basis when they feel like they need to or they want to inject something into it. We are still doing more understanding of the game, and we need to at least see the next instance in order to get a better sense of trend. But what I did here, and this is where the trend does help, if you see everything that is in grey here, basically they have came back once, so 2 banners in total. First rerun already happened. In red here, 2 characters of course came back 3 times, and in white, anything that I didn't highlight over here just means that these characters have only 1 banner, haven't came back at all. What I went to do is I actually went to count the distribution of characters, 5-star characters in the game, of where they actually fall in line. And interestingly, if you will notice in the small numbers over here, 1 character, of course, Rappa is going to be new in 2.6. 10 characters have came back once, so they already have their first ever banner, waiting to get their second rerun. 14 characters are waiting to appear the second time, which means the distribution is actually heavier on characters who have waiting to come back for the second time. If we follow the same assumptions normal, let's just assume 2.6 first, 2 characters will come back from this pool. So you have 2 from here, from this pool, and then you will likely have 2 new characters supposedly. But because they do not have 2 new characters, what this means is we are likely going to see 1 character probably coming from this second rerun pool, or a character that's coming back for the second time. That is going to be the assumptions that we're going to be making in this video to do our predictions and how it's going moving forward as well. We don't know whether a 1 character banner is going to be in 2.6, 1 new character, 2.7, 1 new character, or whether they will revert to a 2 new character cycle. If they revert to a 2 new cycle, it makes sense they have this triple banner system to bring back characters faster. So 2 new characters means this triple banner system will come back even faster, way less resources for us. We have been all talking about it in the power creep videos, you can check it out if you're interested. But anyways, if they do a 1 banner system, likely it's going to be much more muted, easier to have a distribution, 4 characters every patch, 4 characters every patch, easier to make a decision too. So in that case, now that we've seen this assumption, everything starts to make sense when we are trying to do predictions, right? You know where the 2 characters are coming from. You have 2 characters coming from these white boxes here, which means for the likes of Dr. Ratio, Akirion, Aventurine, Boot Hill, Firefly, Yunli, Jiao Qiu, and of course the other newer characters that has just been added in the game. These characters all might come back for in 2.6 because we are due for 2 first ever reruns, and 1 character that we will choose from the darkened boxes over here, the ones in grey. And let's go over here back to our usual presentation in our banner prediction cycle. Of course, we always like to start off with this banner prediction first to look at the gauge of what has happened to see how we did. But I just wanted to do a very quick insight of what the 3 banner system actually means. Some of us are a little bit confused whether it throws off everything out of the window. But no, it doesn't. It actually is a very methodological approach for Honkai Star Rail to actually introduce back the older characters in the game every now and then. So Now, let's talk about our predictions for this banner. But before we dive into 2.6, I always like to touch on how we did our predictions so that we know what we can improve on, how we did. Our track record has been pretty good for most of the patches. I just want to say in this banner, will there be 3 banners? We did comment about it. Will they introduce multiple banners? And 2.5 turned out to be quite interesting. They did bring back for the first time triple banner system, but unfortunately Aventurine as well as Zila didn't make an appearance in the first half. We did get Black Swan right out of all of them. So if you would ask me if we go by the norm, it was like a 50-50 chance, 50 hit rate with a prediction of there might be a 3 banners in this cycle as well. So not too bad for the 5 stars so far. The 4 stars is where it was super difficult to predict. And I think that moving forward, the 4 stars might be going by a different methodology from what we have been used to already. You see here, we predicted like Shu Shang didn't appear, March 7 didn't appear, Tingyun not appearing, Sampo didn't appear. We predicted Xue Yi. Moza, of course, is like guaranteed. So 4 stars, I would say is atrocious, but 5 stars I think is pretty decent. So we are going to focus more on our predictions in the 5 stars. I'll put my 4-star predictions towards the end for this patch as punishment for the inaccuracy that was given. But interesting cast that we have. What do I think that is going to happen in 2.6? 2 things that are very unusual that stand out to me. First thing, of course, why is there only one limited 5-star? Whereas the other limited 5-star means that they might have a banger coming back, someone that sells very well to carry their second half. Hoyoverse is not going to let you have an empty second half where it doesn't generate any revenue at all for them. It makes no sense. They're definitely going to do it. My thought process, and this is my prediction, my honest prediction, is Akirion is coming back in 2.6. She is probably one of the characters that will sell the best. I just need to open another column on the right side here. Insert some columns so that I can have a bit more space to move around my images. And Akirion is probably going to be the one that's coming back in 2.6. It makes a lot of sense. She's probably the character that hasn't came back in the longest period of time. If we go here and see, out of all of the white boxes, the one that probably sells the best out of all of them is Akirion. Maybe to some extent Firefly, but my instinct tells me that Akirion is likely going to come back. I'll anchor her in the second half. New character in the first half here, Rappa. There's no inkling of like who's going to come out when, so this is just going to be a quick guess. It could easily be like something like this. So they might go like this in the first half. They like to do this where they put the harder selling characters right up front. But I'm hoping really hard that she comes in the second half. So at least not only do you get free-to-play players, small spenders get more time to save, but you can also see what's coming next in the next patch as well. Excuse me. And I think it's very, very important to know. So first, Akirion. And after Akirion, who else do I think is coming back in terms of the 5-star cast? I have like a list over here. I was like debating on my screen here. Who am I going to pick? What am I going to choose? It does feel like, because Rappa in her description officially is that she's a Galaxy Ranger, it does make a bit of sense that they are going to pull another Galaxy Ranger back, right? And that's probably going to be a character like Boothill coming back. I'll put him in the first half because I think first rerun Boothill, first rerun Akirion, it plays in line with the whole thematic of what we have seen, like the constants so far, and don't want to deviate too much away from constants. Having a Galaxy Ranger, you would have part of the story perhaps going back to Panicani, talking about how all these Galaxy Ranger, what they're doing there. Boothill might be introducing the new cast. Does make a lot more sense lore-wise, and why he might suit in the first half does make quite a bit of sense, to me at least. The hard part comes the last part over here, and if you're finding value in this video so far, know that this is of course done always very early in the patch. In hindsight, it's very easy to see like, oh, of course, if he looked at so and so sources, he would know. This is done right at the start of every single live stream, so we don't have access to superior information. We're just using like logical decision making purely based on it. And the second half is where it's actually a little bit interesting to see. If you notice, it's very unusual to have just one limited character coming up new in Honkai Star Rail. Where do I think it's going to go different is they might introduce a character who hasn't been around for a really, really long time as well. My thought process is you can either go for a character who has not come back for a really long time, one of these grey boxes, or you can take a character that might not ever come back for no rhyme or reason, and my instinct is Dr. Ratio might make his appearance. And that's my guess, and I'll probably am going to lock that in. Where is my Dr. Ratio here? Where is he? It has been so long since I've clicked the face of Dr. Ratio. There it is. 1.6. Exactly how long it has been. It's just so many patches since he came around, and I think he's going to come back in 2.6. Maybe he's going to be free again in 2.6. I don't know, probably not, but it does seem like they have something cooking up for the second half of 2.6. They are breaking like the norm so far. They always have 2 new characters. And very quickly now, I know like the 2.5 was misery, so I'm going to try my best to do a 2.6 4-star prediction to improve the hit rate here. We want to get back our game for the 4 stars. Our 5-star game has always been quite decent. My guess here in the first half, we are going to go with something that has been tried and tested for the longest period of time. Characters who haven't appeared for the longest period of time likely will come back, especially if they synergize well with the banner character. 2 DPS characters, Erudition, Han, they could make use of Tingyun's hyper carry potential. I think Tingyun might come back. In the first half, Su Shang hasn't appeared for a really long time. At the same time, Su Shang is also very strong in physical. If you're looking to nuke down the enemy in like a physical weakness boss, likely she's going to be outperforming here quite a bit, especially if you put, for example, Fei Xiao, you want a character that moves fast to synergize with her, Su Shang might be quite good as well. Of course, next one we have is Pella. Pella will add quite a lot of value to a character like Akirion, but I don't think she's coming back with Akirion. Maybe here in this case, it could be either way really. I'm just going to put her in the first half for sake. I think that's where she stands, because Pella did come on Akirion's banner previously as well, so I don't think she's likely coming there. Both of these characters here like debuffs, so they synergize very nicely with like the 4-star cast that's coming back. And I think for the second half, Gallagher is going to be my top pick in terms of character that's coming back. Returning, Gallagher offers you debuff, very good. We all know how good it is, other than like Ling Shao is coming out in the game. 2 other options that I have here probably is going to be the likes of Sampo, who is a Nihility debuffer also, yet at the same time he plays the DOT for any of people who missed him in like 2.5, the many different banners, want to play DOT. I think Sampo might come back as well. And last but not least, of course, and if you're finding value in this video so far, give me a like, comment, and subscribe for more such future content. Let me know what's your thoughts. My last pick is Ting Che here, and thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video.